with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. The Noles will kick it off to get us underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. On first down, here comes this offense. Looking for room at the 40. Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. He leaves it with the back. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Listen, I know there are a lot of DBs out there that all they want to do is get interceptions and dance in the end zone. This dude likes to put his face in the fan, get close to the line of scrimmage, and tackle. And on the opening drive that he's out there, he gets a huge tackle for loss early. That is a statement play.
This offense has moved into plus territory, and they want to keep the heat on. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Ball in the air, intercepted. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. They'll give it to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
They're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. He's looking to throw. He finds his man. And works it to the 40-yard line. That'll be a 1st down. Much of this Seminole foundation was built around great quarterback play, some legends at that position.
Some awesome guys that spread it around to elite playmakers, and it's just a great history at Florida State. They've been up and down in the recent history, but this team back in the day, man, Doak was rocking. Everybody wanted to be a Florida State Seminole.
Jukes his way for more. At the 45 on his way. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generated a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
And the Seminoles will snap it on 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. You can really set the tone for what's possible in your season in early season showdowns like this, both in the top 10 and both with the loftiest of goals.
This one's fun too, David, because we had this game circled in the offseason. We knew this was going to be a really good matchup early, and we're going to find out the answers to a lot of questions we have about both these teams.
Well, and sometimes it's hard to figure that out, right? Like, you don't get till mid-season, you're like, oh, they haven't played anybody. Out the gates, 2 top 10 teams, we get to find out really quickly who's legit.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. The Seminoles will hustle to the line. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Man, that's a really good job by the defense, because when you get in that 3rd and medium area, listen, you got to be worried about the run and the pass. Did a good job playing both, got it stopped, now forcing a 4th down.
They'll play it safe and try for 3. No good. And guys, after the miss, no change in the score. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
The big pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Running back goes in motion. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
The offense failed to convert on 4th down earlier, but that didn't change their thinking here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Got it past the marker. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the 1st down there.
Yeah, and you've got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the 1st down. We need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He'll ride his man on the option. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Now on 4th down and 5, they'll try to move the chains.
Get set, get set.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance, and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
The Tigers have their offense in high gear.
Green 25.
They'll put the tight end in motion. The give to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like it. Just frustrate the defense. Get that 5 to 6 yards. Make them honor the run. Make them know that you're willing to run the football and run it effectively.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Running to the left. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Well, I love the aggressive nature of the defense on that play. Everybody playing with eye discipline. They saw the pre-snap motion. They knew who had the football. And you saw guys play with excellent instinct, running downhill and making a tackle.
On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It is good. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of those top 15 teams who did battle today. Tennessee managed to eke out the victory in a tighter-than-expected one. And they'll be singing from the top of Rocky Top after this one, no matter the final score. No cupcakes this week, fellas. This top 15 battle was much anticipated, and at least one side can say it's a game they'll savor for some time.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. The give to the tailback. And it looks as if he'll pick up maybe a couple.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you can continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
On second down, wants to throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Makes a move. Looking everywhere for room to run, but really good coverage, and he'll step out of bounds. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but maintain your aggressive play calling.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think it's the play caller right now just taking a look at that script he's got in front of him and finding out, where are my playmakers? Who can we take advantage of on this defense to get a touchdown here, David?
Yeah, and just keep moving the ball down the field. Just execute a little bit better in the red zone. There's no need to panic. We're moving the football, and we got the lead.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They move the tight end all over. Power football with the run. On the move at the 30. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. They'll ride the hot hand. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Going to work in the red zone. They can pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Now on the option. He'll pitch it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers!
Way to make a split-second decision by that quarterback. He sees the defender commit. Boom. Hits the ball. Not only pitched the ball, on target. So now the running back can catch it. He didn't have to reach behind him. He didn't have to reach in front of him. Caught it. He did the rest. Turned on the Jets. Got to the house.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And he'll bring it back. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half, down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off.
Oh, look out, there he goes. He's at the 20. Touchdown, Florida State. set for the point after. And with the extra point, the lead is cut to 3. It's 10-7. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David, it's sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback. Making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
Got nothing on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from their own 25. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, LSU.
Now on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. A jet sweep pass. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. Back to the quarterback. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. First guy couldn't get him. Second guy finally did. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. It's a flea flicker. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking for a man. It's small. Going for it all. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Sends it downfield. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. He chucks one out to the right. He can't find his man, and the clock stops with 6 seconds left.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Going to try to get it himself. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. LSU ready to boot it away and open this second half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Here they're trying to get it to the edge. Quick step and go. Across the 25, he's got room. Touchdown, Knowles! And that one will put him up here in the second half. The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they're up 14-10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Notre Dame escaped with the victory, and I say escaped. Look, in college football, teams will take any win, but I think the Irish fans there today could have done without this one being so close. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of the stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Goes to the option. Quick toss. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
As a defender, you dream about those big hits. You work hard on it in practice, closing space, getting close, and just sticking that guy and causing the fumble.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. The give on the inside.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
And these defensive tackles just eat people. They swallow human beings when you get near them. They're so guys, those running backs coming, they just need a mid. They put one mid on a running back, and he usually falls to the ground just because of their sheer mass and strength.
And they can't make the connection on third down.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run, throw the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
Fourth down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. He looked as if he thought he had it all the way, and this junior makes a play.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football. And you saw it right there.
The give to the lone running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you are.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
From the gun, the give, looking for room. And he'll pick up the first down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's small. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man quickly. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The give to the back. Crosses the 30. He's got a lane. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss, he can run with power, and he also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
LSU with the 1st and 10 here. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Well, you're down here in the red zone. You know you've got to be able to run the football. So good call going with the toss play. Nice blocking up front. Good patience by the back finding his crease.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. From the gun, the running back has it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. On the option. He'll toss it. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, LSU!
And that's why it's so tough to stop an option offense in plays like this, because defensively you've got to be so good with your assignments. Someone needs the dodge. Someone needs the quarterback. Who's got the pitch man? That time nobody on defense had the answer.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
He'll move it up to the 37-yard line, and it'll be a 1st down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that 1st down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
To the air on 1st down. And the blitz gets to him just like that. 2nd down coming up. These corners backing off a bit.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. The score, LSU 17, Florida State 14.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. Turns it on in midfield. And the explosive play, and they're on the move all the way to the 44. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing it accurate.
He's loose on the right. Touchdown Seminoles! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the 4th. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Keeping it on the ground with the running back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Snap it to the back. Fighting off the defender. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the 1st.
Green 25.
receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Trying to get the edge on the toss. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. LSU right back to the line. Looking to pass. It's small. Buying some time. He's going to take off. They get him down after the scramble, but he's able to pick up a few and turn it into a positive play.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Coming after it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Makes a grab enough for the first. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
The Tigers have this offense rolling. Movement here from the tight end. On the ground, it's Simon. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Back to throw, it's small. Gets it out quickly. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. They allowed the completion, but this defense was swarming to keep them away from that 1st down line.
Yeah, and you allow completions in those 3rd down situations underneath the sticks, and you come up and rally, and everybody flies to the football. That's great execution by this defense.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. It's complete to the right. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on 4th down. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the 1st down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Nice job. Hey, listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that 1st down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
Get set, get set. Go.
Takes the handoff. It's Simon. Oh, no, the ball popped out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
This defense knows that turnovers win games. And here in this 2-minute situation with the lead, they've got a chance to shut the door if they can create one, and they did it right there. Great job getting that ball on the ground and then being there to fall on top of it. They're going to leave here with a W.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the 1st down, and that's all that matters.
They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Quick pass on the fly motion. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
I love this play call. You want to get your playmakers the football in space. What a creative way. This little kind of push pass by the quarterback. Get into the receiver's hands quickly and let him go make yards.
Leaves it with the back. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. And the Seminoles will try to run out the clock in this final minute. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down. They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to the ground with the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. This is a 3rd and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Complete downfield. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal. A bit of a roll of the dice, betting that they could finish the game, and they almost certainly did with that completion.
And I love when coaches have confidence in their quarterbacks in big situations like that. With the game on the line, go out and execute, ice this game.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he crosses the goal line for the late touchdown, and that one just might finish this baby off.
Someone say run out the clock. Someone say I don't need to add points. But here's the thing. It's your job to stop them on defense. Now, listen, the handshakes, they might get a little bit interesting after this game, but the offense did their job.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Tosses it back. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And the offense gets the ball back in a rather unceremonious end of this game. Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back